Oh, you brought me in. It's fine. It's fine. I'm trying to see who we have here. That's here. Tonight we're supposed to discuss what's happening with our March Madness. As we already know, we have 16 teams that is competing, and this week is considered our bye week. So I'm hoping and praying that every person that is competing and every team leader is really pushing their team to take advantage of really trying to do all they can in this bye week to compete. And so all they can would indicate that we're doing, number one, we're going after new customers. Number two, we are going after new dispensary owners. Number three, we're increasing our CV. Number four, we're increasing our overall revenue. If we are doing that, then the truth is we are positioning ourselves as a team and uh-oh, you guys lost me. How much did you hear, Miss Kathy?
We heard everything except until you started talking about the teams right then. We just missed a couple seconds. You were going in and out real bad.
Okay, so then if we do that, then we're positioning ourselves as a team and as individuals to be victorious. Now, I got a major announcement that I'm not going to release today, but I'm going to release it on Sunday. I'm going to release it on Sunday, but I just need all teams to be on go. Now, we have 9 people on the call. I wanted to see if there are any questions at all about the competition, any questions at all about March Madness. This call at 6 o'clock is the leadership call. And so I just wanted to see where we were. Any questions at all about where we are today? Any questions at all? Here we go. So great question. So is this week a week of elimination? No, this is considered the bye week. So a bye week means originally, if we would have did 32 teams, this week we would have been eliminating 16 teams. But since we're not going to eliminate 16 teams, this week is considered the bye week. So nobody is getting eliminated this week. Nobody. This is why it's so important for everybody to really, really be pushing and motivating your team hard, because you have the last week of February, and you have the first week right now, the first week of March as bye weeks. Those are gimmies. That gives you no elimination. No one's going to be eliminated. That gives you an opportunity to go in and really, really push hard to make certain you are accumulating points as a team. Great question. No elimination. Any other questions? Any other questions? So how are we doing? Some of the team leaders that's on the call right now, do you have your full team in place? Are you meeting with your teams? Are you strategizing with your teams? Let me say this to you. You should, first elimination is next week. Next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday is the first elimination round. Next Sunday. You really should be meeting with your team. You should be strategizing with your team, really understanding who's doing what, look at where their activity is so that you can kind of begin to chart where your overall points are. This here team dynamic is just that. It is a team effort that requires leadership. So I believe I'm talking to all leaders on the call today. And as a result of that, you really are going to have to show leadership to make certain that you're really pushing for your team. And the truth of the matter is, the team that works together, the team that is tracking together, is the team that I believe is going to come out victorious. That's the team that's going to continue to advance. There is still a lot of cash on the table. There is still a lot of cash on the table. And after, like I said, on Sunday night, we have a big blockbuster, I believe it's a blockbuster announcement that is going to make everybody that's participating, it's going to get you even more excited. But we want to see the work. We want to see the work. So as you are doing the work, I want you to understand that it's going to work to your benefit. It's going to work to your benefit. So let's talk about team dynamics. We have 16 teams. That means we have 16 team leaders. The goal for you as a team leader is to really help your team to utilize March Madness to carry out momentum. And that momentum is momentum when it comes to customers, momentum when it comes to new dispensary owners, but you got to strategize for it. You got to plan for it. You have to. Don't just allow your team say, oh, you guys are all on the team, you played your money, you say, and you're not talking to your team. You're not communicating to your team. You're not checking on your team members. If you don't do all of those things I'm talking about, I assure you, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Why? Because everything about a team dynamic is team energy. As you guys know, my son plays basketball. And every time they win a game and blow out a team by 30, 40 points, is because there's a high level of team energy at work. A high level of team energy at work. And every time they lose, it's because there is no team synergy and there's no team energy. Now, how do you create team energy and team synergy? You do it by connection. You do it by practice. For the basketball team, football team, these guys, they come together, they practice, they work out, they work on strategies, they work on plays, and then guess what? They go hang out together, they fellowship together, they do all of these types of things because it's building team camaraderie. This is why I believe, to a certain degree, Mr. Diamond Mooney does well with his teams. They have Monday night games and all of those type of things that is going on. For you as team leaders, you have to actively engage your team throughout this process. So 3 things you can do to engage your team. Number 1, have an established meeting where everybody comes together. That it could be just once a week, each week at the beginning of the week, each week at the end of the week. However way you want to do it, you bring your team together. What do you do when you bring your team together? If it was me, I'm asking my teammates, number 1, how are they doing? What do they feel like they're strongest in? What do they feel like they have down the pipeline? Is there anything you could do as a team leader to help them close? Is there a third party? Do they need to do a third party call with you? These are the things that you're going to do if, when you're meeting with your team. Ask them some of the struggles that they're having. Is there anything you can help them to overcome? Ask them some of the problems or the challenges they may be having. These are the things you're talking about when you come together as a team. And by the time I leave out of that room or that Zoom or however way I meet with my team, by the time I finish, I know that Beverly Blair has 10 people that she's talking to as customers. And I know that she may be able to have, she's going to potentially have 3 or 4 new customers before the week is out. I know that Kathy Weathersby, I know that Kathy got 5 people that's on the bubble for a new dispensary. I know out of those 5 people, she's looking at least 2 of them closing during the competition week. I'm going to have all of that down pat. Now, how do I keep in touch? How do I keep the connection? I'm going to text Miss Beverly. Hey, how are we looking with those new customers? I'm going to ask Kathy, hey, how are we looking with those new dispensaries? Do you need any assistance? This is going to help create the necessary energy to be successful. This is going to create the necessary energy to be successful. And so these are some of the things you have to do as a team. As a team, this is a team dynamic. It's tens of thousands of dollars on the table, but you're going to have to work as a team. Now, I said to you guys this morning, who's at your table? And the reality is, just today, to show you what I'm talking about, right after I got off the call, for those of you that were on it, I went to see a client who so happens to be a pastor's wife. And my pants, unfortunately, was sagging. They were falling down because of how much weight I've lost. This client has seen me when I was much bigger. And I said, excuse me, I don't mean to be inappropriate. I don't be wearing sagging pants. I know better. And she said, I noticed you're losing a lot of weight. What are you doing? No, I said, my pants are saggy because I've been intentionally getting a fat belly down. And she said, I noticed you've been losing a lot of weight. What are you doing? That gave her my opportunity. And then she said, you know what? I need you to let me know what you're doing fast, because I was considering surgery. And I said, no, I've lost nearly 30 pounds and 11 inches. And I haven't had no surgery. I said, I haven't even started working out. I'm going to start though, but I haven't started working out. And she said, I need what you got, because I've tried everything. You guys got to understand that people, everybody, no matter who they are, at some point in time, if they're overweight, if they got a little extra something in spots that they don't want to have extra something in, they want what you have, or at least they want to hear about what you have. But you got to position yourself to be talking about it. You got to position yourself to be talking about it. Again, for those of you that have just joined us, are there any questions that you may have between March for March Madness? Any questions at all? Y'all put them in the chat. Any questions? Has everyone gotten their teams in? I know we did a bunch of teams on last Sunday night. Did everybody get their teams in, send out your information? Sylvia says yes. Thank you, Sylvia. Sylvia, your team ready to go? How often are you going to meet with your team, Sylvia? Dr. Betty, your team ready to go? Is Bernadine on this call? Who else? Let's see who all we got on this call. Dr. Raj, your team ready to go? Ms. Beverly, your team ready to go? All right, Janine, all set. Meeting weekly, good. Kathy, you ready? We are ready, path to freedom. All right. Yes, we Zoom weekly and have our own daily messenger. Look at Dr. Rod. See, I'm not telling, Dr. Rod say, tell me something new. Dr. Ross, do you have the ability to come on the panelist side? No?
She does now.
Boop, there it is. You see how easy that was? Yes, we Zoom regularly. Okay. Dr. Ross, do you mind coming on the panelist side?
I think they just switched me.
All right, you're in the car, huh?
Yes, sir.
So I still only have 6 confirmed, but we'll work it out. Okay, good. Okay, good. So, Dr. Roz, I noticed you said you do the weekly Zoom and you do a daily messenger. And what I like you to do is share with those that are on the call. And I see some of these leaders are saying they do weekly Zooms and things of that nature. But I know that daily messenger. Talk to me about how the daily messenger impacts your organization and how it helps your organization to stay engaged and have energy.
Well, we created a messenger just for the team. And so as a result of that, of course, we start the morning out with something that motivates everybody. We've asked everybody for this week mostly everybody has already put their goals in for the week, and they posted that on Messenger. So we all saw each other's goals. And so we were able to actually, motivate and make comments and say, you got it, and that kind of stuff to each other regarding that. If there's something that's accomplished during the course of the day, like 2 days ago when I said, I just signed up 2 new customers, I posted that in the messenger so everybody could see, hey, we're moving, so it motivates everybody. Oh goodness, she moving. Well, I need to move too, that kind of thing. So that was the gist of that. So that's what the daily messenger does.
So your daily messenger. Look, y'all got Mr. Diamond Mooney. Are you back?
Yep, back in the shot town.
Lord Jesus, to God be the glory.
Cool.
I'm telling you, you look like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna text you in a second. Dr. Roz, that is amazing. Let me tell you what Dr. Roz is saying, you guys. What she has created in the daily messenger is an accountability platform, an encouragement platform, and a mobilization platform. Is that correct? Would you say that that's accurate?
Yes, sir.
And so what you guys have to understand is one thing that people feed when you talk about feeding off energy, when they see that somebody else can do it and somebody else is doing it, it helps to motivate them to do it. Does that make sense? And when someone is discouraged and you're able to put that level and you're able to even share that, it helps the team to mobilize and get behind that person to encourage them. Now, what if you didn't have that platform and everybody was doing their own thing? And the ones that was doing well is just doing well, and the ones that was neutral, and the one that was being discouraged, guess what they'll eventually do? They'll fall out.
Yeah.
Y'all see that? They will fall off. So as a team leader,
All right, you guys have a nice
you're
night.
going to have to
Thank you.
keep your team actively engaged. Does that make sense? Now, we're getting ready to transition into our training for tonight, our general training. And I'm going to ask Mr. Diamond Mooney, because I can't even figure out how to text right now. And I'm going to ask Miss Kathy Weathersby. Thank you so much, Coach Ross. Continue the good work. I'm going to lay for the next 3 minutes the foundation of what I discussed this morning, which is what we do on Wednesday nights. And I'm going to ask Minister Diamond Mooney and Miss Kathy if the two of them together, which are fierce leaders in our business, can kind of chime in on how strategies they use to leverage and help people that are at the table. So I'm gonna give you 3 minutes and then I'm gonna pass it. As y'all can tell, I'm losing my voice. I'm straining to talk in this moment. And my voice is my most valuable asset. So I gotta be careful. Here it is, you guys. This morning I asked the question, who's at your table? And I said, there's a lot of money that's at the table to be taken off the table. But how you take that money off the table is determined by how you handle the people that's at your table. And I told you there's 3 kinds of people that's at your table. The first kind of person that's at your table is, for example, let's look at what the tables look like. You got family members, that's a table. You got friends, that's a table. You got clients, that's the table. I'm not even talking about clients in Wakanda. I'm just talking about clients, that's a table. You got coworkers, that's a table. And Monday night, I was sitting at the table with my staff and our executive team. And they began to talk about how well I looked and how I was doing. They ordered pizza at the table with chicken on it. And they normally know I would devour a chicken and cheese pizza. And I did not eat it. Instead, I pulled out a handful of nuts. And they began to talk about how much weight I lost and how well I'm doing. And as a result, one of the people at the table who, watch this, is in Wakanda, but really is not selling and pushing. I told her what I was doing. I told her I got scanned. I told her about taking my blood type. I began to show them the foods that's highly beneficial, the foods that's neutral. I showed them a copy of my scan. And by the time I finished, 90% of the people that was at the table wanted me to, and I told them it was more than what it was. I was like, it's like 300 some odd dollars. 90% of them said they want to get scanned. And we're going to schedule within the next couple of Mondays a time for them to come and get scanned. Here's my point. How many people you're sitting at the table with and you don't even talk to about what you're doing? I didn't sell them on being a customer. I didn't sell them on becoming a dispensary owner. I just I showed them what I'm doing. And as a result, I told them how to do it. I left the call this morning, went into a client's home, same thing happened. Now she wants to get scanned. You got to ask yourself the question, who's at your table? And everybody that's at your table has an opportunity to help you to become successful as you just help them become healthy. Now, second thing about the table, I was with my family and one of my children, I was getting ready to order some dessert. And one of my kids told me, Dad, you really don't need that. So I immediately said, you know what? They're right. I don't want it. So who's at your table? Who's helping you to become accountable to you at the table? I was out with Kathy and them. We had dinner. And Kathy would tell you, I ordered a salad and a baked potato. And me and Kathy split the baked potato. So you also need not only somebody that's at the table to hold you accountable, but you also need somebody at the table that's going to encourage you. Does that make sense? And all of these moments that I'm talking about is going to help you become successful, not only in March Madness, but it's going to also help you become successful overall in this business and in life. So with that being said, I'm really straining to talk. I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to ask my esteemed colleagues, these fierce leaders, Mr. Diamond Mooney and Kathy, to kind of step in and build on this conversation.